For the recipe, you do not need to follow it exactly. I used 1 cup of baking soda, 1/2 cup of citric acid, 1/4 cup of cornstarch. Feel free to make a mess. In the end, I think it's more than 1/4 of a cup. Still making a mess. I think next time I'll put it in an actual container. Now that I'm cleaned up, I'm going to use about a tablespoon or so of SLSA, and this helps with some of the bubbles. Now sift all the ingredients together in a bowl. Now mix thoroughly. We're going to add the non-ionic surfactant known as polysorbate 80, and it's a protein stabilizer to prevent denaturation, aggregation, surface absorption, and flocculant formulation. It's also to prevent the colors from staining your tubs and making it slippery when you get out. Whew. Now we're going to add a little bit of castor oil to have some moisturizer. We're going to need some distilled water just to make the solution and also help the products to stick. I can't find my whisk, so I'm going to use a fork and I'll mix it all up. Now mix this up real good, and then after you've stirred it a little bit, get your hands in there and start kind of mixing it up, kneading it up, and rolling it around. It will be moist when you're said and done. You know that it's mixed well when you can squeeze it and you have a clump, and it's hard when you tap on it and it doesn't brittle or break. You can even do the drop test. If you drop it and it doesn't break apart, then you know you've got it good. Okay, now that I'm done playing around with the mixture, I'm going to go ahead and clean up my desk and get ready for the next step. I made more of the solution so I can start adding some color and mix it real well with the colors. The purple is Pow Pow Purple by Mad Micas. The pink will be Tickled Pink by Mad Micas. Just couldn't make up my mind what other color I wanted, but I ended up picking Ballet Slippers by Mad Micas. Now mix them all up. The fragrance of choice this time was the Honeydew Coconut Cream, and it smells delicious. Now I'm just putting a little bit of the product in with the colors and mixing that up, and I chose a different color too. It's a golden color by Mad Micas, and my goal was to sprinkle a little bit on top, but at the end, I don't think I ended up liking that, so I will do it different next time. Obviously, you can see I am just mixing and blending and mixing and blending. And technically, what I should have done was let it set for 20 minutes before I started scooping them out, because the product will rise and increase in size and volume. And I just got started, and then I had to keep making my new scoops because it kept growing and growing and growing and growing. Now get your ice cream scoop and start packing really good, and alternate your colors as you go, and then scoop it out on the table thingy.
If you watch, you can see it growing as I'm trying to pack it, so I had to restart and try to repack it down, and I did this 3 times. If I would have just waited at least 20 minutes and let it done its full rise, I would not have had to do this 3 or 4 times. Still growing, and growing, and growing, and growing!
Still growing and growing and growing and growing! Packing and repacking and packing and repacking. I didn't think this was ever going to end. Again, me being impatient, I wanted to try one of these out. Technically, they should sit at least 24 hours before you put it in your water, but I went ahead and did it. And with this, within just minutes, I already have this many bubbles, and it does fizz because obviously it hasn't set yet. But if you let it set over that 24 hours before using, it will fizz really good in your bath, and it smells so good. And this is just a little container of water. If you had a whole bathtub, it's going to be a lot better. These will be my Valentine trial bar soaps, and it's going to have chocolate and rose for their fragrance. And oh my gosh, does it really smell like chocolates and roses. This is the other types of soaps I can make, and this is off the base soaps, and this will be the goat milk, and I'm going to be using clear also. And so it's a melt and pour, and it is a soap, and you can melt it, pour it, and use it right off the bat. So now I've made hot process, cold process, and now melt and pours. So you just put it in the microwave, let it melt down. It will be hot. You have to wait for it to cool down before you can add any colors or fragrances. And you will need to spray your molds with isopropyl alcohol so they won't stick. Just to present the 3 different types of soaps. This one here is the cold process. It's our coffee, honey, and oat. And then I'll also present the melt and pours hearts with the chocolate and rose. And then we also have the pink Himalayan salt, which is the hot process. So all 3 soaps are presented in this video. Now on the scoops, next time I make the scoop, I'm going to put it in the packaging so it can rise and form the packaging better. We do sell these products. Please comment below which ones you guys desire, and we will reach out with contact details. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you've enjoyed this video. Have a good day and smell good.